Hey guys, it's Rachel and welcome back to a video. Today I'm doing my second sketchbook tour on this channel for you guys, other than my Inktober sketchbook. But this is my second Moleskine I have ever finished completely, and I'm excited to show you guys. Quick thing, I'm sorry that I haven't uploaded for like almost 2 months. I've been really busy with school and wrapping up finals and everything, so trying to get back into the groove of things, and I have some exciting videos planned for you guys coming in 2020. Also, I just really hope all of you guys had a really wonderful holiday season and had a great New Year's, and let me know any New Year's resolutions you have down in the comments below. Okay, in my opinion, this sketchbook is one of the most improved sketchbooks I think that I have. Just looking from the beginning to the end, I think I improved a lot in like character expressions and poses and just like making characters feel more alive than just like a drawing, and you'll kind of see that throughout this video. So the first one, we actually have me at a candy shop, and I think you guys have seen this before. I did this for a video, basically just to start off my sketchbook. I always do this where I do my first drawing as a video, and I will for my next one also. The next page, I've just got a lot of random sketches of like little dudes. I do this a lot in class. I just draw random dudes, work on hairstyles, expressions, and all that stuff, and you can see at the end of this sketchbook how much this has improved. The next page, I was in some like library or something and saw someone working on a computer, so I decided to draw them in my little cartoon style. And then on the next page, I did a more realistic but slightly cartoony, sketchy style, and I was kind of just looking at both of them, seeing what one I kind of like. Next page is my 6,000 subscriber cartoon special thing, I guess. I posted this on Instagram. I hit 6,000 subscribers and I wanted to do a little thing for Instagram, so I made this little random weird cartoon. It's just more just like random stuff. I worked on some faces, and I think this was also for art class, so I was working on some ideas for a project. Next page is also ideas for a project. I was working on a project about being a student, going to school and stuff like that, so I was working on a few different ideas. And this goes for the next page too, was just some random sketches for a mural I was working on. Next page, I made this little guy with a sword, and this is not a great sketch in my opinion. I wasn't a huge fan of this. I probably wasn't then, and I probably am not now. And you can see this is one of those things that I improved on a lot. On the next page was my start of Inktober. I always tend to do this where I get a few days into Inktober and then I just stop. So this was prompt 2 years ago. So this sketchbook's been with me for about 1.5 years, so this was the poisonous prompt. Next page is another one of these pages where I'm just in the middle of class doodling, so I've got a few of my little cartoon dudes and then a face that I just randomly thought of and I guess drew. Next prompt was Tranquil, and I drew Zenyatta from Overwatch. Kind of changed it a little bit from the original work. This next piece I actually really like, and I still like it today. It's 2 of my characters from Heroic for October around a little jack-o'-lantern. We've got Brent the Brash and Brave Barbarian right next to each other. So it's still a really nice piece I really like. Next one is also a prompt from Inktober. This was Roasted. I did a little sketch on Instagram, also just like a video of me making this. The next page is also an Inktober prompt. This was Day 4 Spell. The next one is, I think I took Conan Gray and turned him into my art style, and I wanted to work on doing poses that I wasn't used to doing, so I have him sitting down, I guess. It's not really sitting cross-legged, but not cross-legged. So I was working on poses that I don't usually do. Same goes for the next page. I was just working on poses that I am uncomfortable with and tried to learn. On this next one, you can see I drew a bird. I am not the best at drawing animals, and I still am not, so I was working on doing some realistic animal drawings, and later on I tried to do a little bit of more cartoon style too. And then at the bottom of this page, I have a few more random sketches of people. Next page, I have just a random sketch of a dude. I don't really know why I drew this. It's also not very good. And then the next one, I have a little realism drawing of just some random guy. I don't think I actually referenced for this at all, so I just drew some eyes and then a face and the rest of it, and it just kind of came together. Next page, I have just a lot of sketches of like random faces and stuff. Half of these are for like an art project I was working on. I was gonna make a 3D sculpture, and I was trying to decide what I wanted to make, and then some of them are just random doodles in class. This next page I actually really like. I have a few more random doodles of just guys with colored pencils, and then I made this little face on the bottom with just colored pencils and just kind of randomly sketching, and I implemented a lot of colors that you don't usually see on faces, and I actually really like this, and I'm probably gonna do more of this in the future. And then the next page, I have a big realism piece And my challenge for this was to not use black. So what I did was I implemented a lot of blues to get that dark color, and yeah, I think this turned out really good. Pages, I have some more realism stuff. I've got a colorful dude, kind of like what I did on the last page, but implemented even more colors. And then on the right, I have a little sketchy black and white portrait. This next dude is a little YouTuber I decided to make, so like a vlogger, and I actually turned this into a digital piece also. And then on the right was kind of like supposed to be representing like Gen Z and being on like cell phones all the time and stuff like that. I think I was just bored and had my sketchbook, so I made that. Over these next few pages, you'll see that I got obsessed with the hatching shading style, so a lot of like diagonal lines consecutively. So I have this one about art videos, and this next one is water skiing, and you're gonna see this over the next few pages. The next one is about me going into college and pursuing my future, and then the one after that is a boxing dude in the ring. This page is another YouTuber drawing, so we got him in front of like a set and a monitor and all that. I like this hashing style still, but I've changed it from then. And then the one after that is a Boy Scout lost in the woods. This is another one of those pages of me just randomly doodling random stuff during class. And then the next page is kind of like a businessman, I guess, in front of like a big cityscape, and I used a purple pen for this. This next drawing, I actually took a real photo and made it into my art style. Used some, I think, Prismacolor colored pencils, and I think I just made this during class. And then this next drawing is a little skater dude, and I think this marks one of the drawings that I started to like really get comfortable with poses and kind of adding more excitement to poses and like giving flow to a character. So I guess the way I positioned the legs and the hips and the head and all that in this drawing specific was kind of the spark of me getting more comfortable with how I position my character. Also, I just really like the shading on this guy. Now we've got a few pencil drawings. I got this guy on a bike. It's a lot of cross-hatching work, and then on the right is, I guess, a couple more cross-hatching with a pencil. Next one I think I drew at my grandma's house for Christmas, and this also uses that hatching style. When I tried to take animals and turn them in more cartoon style, but keep them realistic, because I was just trying to work on my weaknesses and draw animals. This next drawing is just a drawing of my family. I did this during Christmas time, I think, and just used a pencil. And the one on the right is my grandma making food in a crock pot. This drawing is a thing I have hung up in my room. It's like this little box set with just some random stuff on it. It's for decoration mostly. And then I have two guys doing like a snowball fight. I think I also did this for a YouTube video. Next I have a power lifter, also using this crosshatch style. I don't like how the mouth turned out in this, but otherwise it's a pretty good drawing. I was working on hands, because for my art style, hands especially is a little bit difficult. Sometimes I just leave them out entirely. Sometimes I draw them. Next is my 2019 drawing. I also did this for a video. I used Copic markers. And then the next page is a bunch of different sketches of Elle Mills, because I like her videos. I have a color pencil drawing of a girl sitting and, I guess, looking out the window. I was mostly working on my shading and colored pencil use. And then the next one is a chef, because I had a job as a chef and it was really fun. These next two drawings are some of my favorite drawings of 2019. I just really like how the poses turned out, the character expression. Again, this is one of the things that I improved on a ton in 2019, and I think these two drawings execute that really well. Next page, I have a few more dudes just doing poses I don't usually do, and the next one is some more sketches for that sculpture I was working on. Next page is the sketches I did for, I think, the redrawing fan art video, and I put them in this sketchbook. This next one is a little character, I guess, with dreads, and I was working on dreads, and I think I used cheap art supplies for this. I don't remember if this was for that challenge or not. This next page was just me sketching out ideas for a stop motion film I was working on. So it's a lot of just random doodles. Next page I drew Conan Gray in a more like experimentalist style, and then this was one of my first drawings that I used my gray tone koi markers. They're super fun and they don't bleed through the pages, which is why I really like them. I have a few more dudes here just chilling. Next page is me trying a few different art styles that I saw on Instagram, and then on the next page is a pencil drawing of a heartbroken person. The person on the left is a YouTuber named Monica. I just did a realism drawing of it, posted it on Instagram. This drawing on the right is a replica of a picture I took when me and my friend went and got coffee. This was just an image I saw on Instagram, and I decided to draw it really fast in my sketchbook. It's one of those things where I just kind of put my pencil on paper and like do it super fast and pick up the pencil a lot less. And then the one on the right is me also experimenting with poses, trying to get better at those. This image is some YouTubers that I like, and I did a quick realism drawing of them. And then this is the cast of Stranger Things on the right. I actually really like this one. It's a cute little pencil sketch. On the left is some drawings of fans that I did for one of my subscriber celebrations, and on the right is a little pencil sketch of a couple, I guess. This one on the left is the Sketch With Me video that I did, and I implemented a lot of those gray markers again. I really like how this page turned out. I think it just has a lot of flow and is pleasing to the eye. On the right is just a lot of random doodles I did during class. The next two pages in general are just me doodling. I tend to do that a lot, where I just flip over my sketchbook in class and just draw whatever I can imagine. The page on the left, it has a little realism dude. It's one of those images where I just put my pencil down and don't really pick it up and just keep going. I don't usually use references when I'm just doodling like this, so on the right I have a little guy throwing up some finger guns. Next two pages are Inktober prompts, so now we're at the next October. I've got the rings prompt and the mindless prompt, and I think I posted the mindless one on Instagram and never finished Inktober. This was a sketch for a character that I was working on, and on the right is also a sketch that I was working on, and I used it in my shading tutorial video. On the left is some drawings of my friends from Minnesota, and I just drew them. And then on the right is a picture of Conan Gray, kind of implementing a more, I guess, scary, cartoony style. And he actually ended up liking this photo, so that was really cool. All right, here are a lot more sketches. I was using a blue pen, so I was limited with my shading, and I was trying to challenge myself. A lot more work with poses, kind of just making them have more flow, I guess, and expression. This next page is for my Jaza video, which was my last video, and some of the ink from the next page bled onto this page, so that's why it looks like that. Next page, I'm working on a character for Heroic right here, and you should see this in my next video, or probably 2 videos out actually. I'm gonna make a video for that. And then I have a little Lucio drawing because I made him in Overwatch. I have a finals week sketch. I also posted on Instagram just telling you guys that I was doing finals, so I was really busy, and I'm using those koi markers again. And then I did a sketch of Mercy from Overwatch because I got this new marker that's one side is like ink and then one side is gray, so I was trying it out. Then I have someone playing guitar using the gray markers again, and then I have a lot of headshots of my friends from Chicago. Just lots of different headshots working on using my Copic markers and hairstyles and all that. Next page, I was using that gray marker again that has 2 sides to it, working on different poses. And then the next page after that is a self-portrait of myself. It's one of the images I really like. It turned out really good. I did my cartoon style that uses a lot of like harsh lines and stuff. Next page is a little evil dude, I guess. I just drew it really fast. I like how this turned out. Next page is an archer. This I could see easily being in Heroic, just using that gray marker again. And I really like how the hair turned out in this drawing. I have a few more random sketches, working on some more fashion-y poses. And the next one is a bodybuilder, and I wanted to do a pose from the back and have like a really muscular back because I haven't ever drawn that before, so I was just practicing that. And then the very last page is me and my friends from Chicago in grayscale, and I really like that drawing. All right guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry if this was a really long video, but it's hard to talk about every single drawing from my sketchbook. Also, for my next video, I'm doing a Q&A. So I have some questions on Instagram already, but if you have any more questions, leave them down in the comment section below. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys want to see next on my channel. And don't forget to subscribe for more awesome art videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!